Okay, so I made this video the first time, so I kind of know what I'm gonna say now. So instead of being 15 minutes, it should be a lot shorter. Okay. Now, number one, basically, this video is suggested by Measy Diva about the whole basics of weave, tracks, extensions, whatever it is that you want to call it. Um, so we're gonna cover some things like color, length, um, style, tact, as far as when you're complimenting somebody on their hair. Um, so we're gonna start with the first one. We're gonna start with the color. Now, like my skin tone, this skin tone, um, it would not be flattering if I had blue hair or like I would probably be because I have a picture where I have a red wig. It's mainly red, and it's cute, but I did get called ghetto. You know, nobody likes the stereotypes, but they're there. You got called ghetto because of my skin tone. Obviously, if I was lighter, I wouldn't have got called ghetto. Whatever. But that's just how it is. Like my main issue is that when you're my color and you're trying to do one particular color, it's blonde. The other colors, okay, you want to spice it up, whatever. If you like it, I love it. But do prepare to be cold. So I know they talked about Jesus. They're gonna talk about you no matter what. But you might hear that whole ghetto thing. They ain't gonna say it to your face, but they gonna say it behind your back. You might get called ghetto because of the colors. Whatever. That's life. It is what it is. But when you're my color and you do blonde, everyone cannot do blonde. Some Caucasian girls can't even do blonde. So why do we feel that since we black, we feel like we could? You know, the color blonde hair is just like up in the air, and only a certain amount of people can get on that blonde cloud because everybody can't. Like, especially if you're my color, I would not advise it. If you're darker, I would not advise to have blonde hair. If you're lighter than me, a lot lighter than me, I don't advise. I still don't advise unless your skin color, unless everything is right, but your face is, unless everything is right. If, you cannot rock blonde hair just because you're light skinned. And that goes for jet black. Everybody can't rock jet black. If you're really, really light, unless you're going for the whole gothic look, you cannot rock jet black hair. It's like that's just how it is. If you're really, really dark, you can't rock jet black hair either. It's not like just because it's black don't mean that everybody can wear it. That's sorry, that's just life. That's just how it is. So I would tell you that just kind of I know it is what it is, and you like what you like, but I mean, let's be real. Some styles don't look good on people. Some hairstyles don't. Some colors don't. Whatever. It just doesn't. It's just not flattering to your face. Put it that way. It's not flattering to your face. Now, from the color, we're gonna go to the length. Now, the whole main point of this is that the whole point of weave, tracks, whatever, is for it to look natural. That's the whole point. And don't get me wrong, some weaves or whatever don't look natural, but they still pretty though. You can have a pretty weave and it don't look like your hair. You can, like a full head sew in or a full head weave is when none of your hair is out. Like none of it. Not up here, not back here. None of it is out. It's just straight track. And all of my videos are complete sew-ins. None of my hair is out. Because I know that a lot of the hair that I use, I cannot blend my hair with it. I can't. It's just not gonna happen. So, and a lot of people tell me, "Oh, my hair pretty," "Oh, I like your hair pretty, this and that." But we all know that it isn't mine. That goes to the whole tag thing. Just because you will know it's not mine, don't mean that you can say, "Oh, I like your weave," or "Oh, your weave so pretty." However, your verbal standards are, however it is, however you speak, it's like you just don't say stuff like that to people. Just like I had a lace front one time. It was like, "Oh, I like that lace front." Did you really have to say that? Like, we both know that it's not mine. So could you have just said that I like your hair, or I like the way your hair is, or your hair is pretty? How about that? You know, that's just some tact, not to go to somebody and say, "Ooh, I like that lace front," you know. But it's like if somebody had no hair, be like, "Oh, I show like that bald head of yours. You show look pretty with not that much hair on your head." That doesn't that's not, it's kind of mean. It's not tactful, you know. But yeah, that's just on that note. But we can go from tact to, we did color. We can go to length. That's a lot of things that we can cover as far as weave, but we can go to length. Now, like I said, for it to be natural, the whole point was to look natural. But everybody know, a lot of weaves they not whatever. A lot of weave, the way they look, it don't look natural. So as far as the really really long hair, like the butt hair, I've never done the butt braids or the butt hair. If you like that, I love it. But you just really need to know that, don't get mad if somebody, one of the people that don't have too much of the tact, come up to you and ask you, "Oh, what kind of hair is that?" Or, "Oh, I like your tracks," or something like that. Please don't get offended somebody asks that, because it's obvious that it's not yours. People can tell if it's not yours. And we both know that it's not. So that's my whole point. If you like it, I love it. If you like the butt hair, the butt braids, that's fine. But just please don't be offended if somebody come to you as far as to ask you what kind of hair is that, or this and that. The untactful people come, what kind of hair is that. And they're not being mean. It's just like, not being mean. They just want to know. Don't get upset. It is what it is. But you know, besides the whole length thing, we did color, length, tag. We're gonna do texture. That's the next thing we're gonna do. Now, you know, like I said, if my in other video I said, if my hair is, y'all seen my hair before. My hair is coarse, so I would not have a half weave, partial weave. I'm sorry, partial weave. If my hair with silky straight hair, if my hair is coarse, I'm not gonna do that because it's just not gonna blend. That's the whole point. You want your hair to blend. You don't want your hair to be sticking out of your tracks. You really don't want nobody to talk about you like that. Even like I said, they talked about Jesus. I understand that. But you don't want to look bad, period. Nobody wants to look bad. So that's the whole point, is that let's just get our texture. Yaki, there's nothing wrong with Yaki. Some people, like I said, some people think Yaki is nappy. Yaki is not nappy. Yaki is it's just not really, really silky straight. It's just more like human hair. It's more like your own hair, more like the texture of probably permed hair, you know, like how it would be if it was permed. Like all Yaki don't look like that though. Like some Yaki is dry and brittle. And that's another thing. That's one thing that when I was looking at video on YouTube. One thing that that person said that is dead on. When you go in a beauty supply, ask them if you can take the hair out. Ask, can you feel it? Because you don't have to be knowledgeable of hair. You don't have to just be born knowing about hair. You don't. You know what's soft and what's rough. And when the hair rough, you don't want it because your hair look rough. Like you don't want to buy hair that looks like it's been used. You don't. If it looks like it's been in somebody's head already, like it was in their head for a month and they took it out, you don't want it. Okay? So you know if it's soft, something feels soft or something feel like hard, dry, and brittle. You stay away from it because you can't get mad. Be like, oh, this hair didn't act right. This hair is so dry. It was dry when you bought it, you know. But let's just keep that in mind. Let's just think about that, you know. So besides that, one big thing before I go, one big thing. Now the new craze is, I think the new craze, or maybe I'm whatever. The new thing is the invisible part. Now, before I let y'all go, please, I know y'all read the Bible, right? You know, I'm sure everybody knows about, you know, Moses and when he split the sea, right? So, if your invisible part looks like that, something like that, a little bit like that, you don't want it, okay? Because it's supposed to look like a natural part. It's supposed to look like a natural part. Now that's one thing I give y'all about being, if you want to do an invisible part, it has to look natural. Or at least, I mean, it has to look natural. It don't have to look like just completely on point natural. But you don't have too much leaning space. I think for that you don't have too much space to mess that up and it look good. You know, like I said, a weave could look cute. It don't have to look natural, but it still can look like a pretty weave. It still can look pretty. Invisible part, if it's too wide, there's a problem. That's not cute. I mean, I'm sorry to sound like I'm judging, but it's really not. That's why I'm not going to even try the invisible part thing. I'm not going to try to do it. You know, I'm not. Because I know it ain't going to work right for me. So I'm just not going to try it. But that's like a pet peeve of mine. I hate when somebody's invisible part is so wide. So there was one person that I saw, her invisible part, she was like light skinned. So that means her scalp was really light. And I saw a lot of her scalp in that part. And it made me a little uncomfortable. And it made me a lot uncomfortable. So that's basically the whole issue of that. But, you know, we all learning, you know, it is what it is. But my whole point is that if your hair, you know, you got to know when your hair don't look A+, you know, or B+, or even decent, you know, a decent to that C level, whatever, you know, or D, whatever, you know, just like I'm redoing the front of my hair, you know, because I don't feel like it look even decent enough. You know, I'm just learning to do my hair and I don't feel like it look even decent enough. So that's pretty much what it is. I'm gonna leave y'all before they cut me off. It is as long as the first video, but my bad. Anyway, y'all be cool. Deuces.